It's attempt 3 to take this. I have another teardown object, not a particularly exciting one. This is an Axis Communications T8311 joystick, part number 5020-101. Made in Germany, with Canadian and American labels on it, for sale in the UK. Thank you, globalisation. Despite being called a joystick, it is not a gaming device. It's actually for cameras. Pan, tilt, zoom camera system. You can pan it, you can tilt it, and you can zoom it by turning the knob on top. All three of these axes are analog, so you do get a good degree of control. I imagine these top buttons select the camera view. Surprisingly, when you plug it into a PC, it is actually a perfectly generic USB HID joystick. You could quite easily plug this in, run your game, set up the controls, and be playing games on this in about 2 minutes. It wouldn't be very good for that, and there are two reasons, or three. Firstly, not many games are going to be playable with just one analog stick and a few buttons. I don't think any of them will recognise this unless you've got some flight sims might see it as a throttle control. Second, it's uncomfortable, just trying to operate the buttons and the stick at the same time. And third, compared to a gaming controller, the dead zone in the middle of this is really, really big. That's good to make it resistant against table jostle, but it will also make it less than ideal for gaming. You have a lot of problems with difficulty in fine manoeuvres. You can actually fix the second problem. If you take off this ring here and undo the screws underneath it, you can turn the whole joystick around 90 degrees. So that becomes up, and now it is quite a bit easier to operate for gaming. But still, you've got the dead zone issues, so I wouldn't consider it worthwhile. Maybe if you've got a robotics project that you need to control and you get one of these things second hand. The real problem is the price. This thing is selling retail between £300 and £400. Now, that in American money is somewhere between silly money and crazy money. And what's inside here is not 300 to 400 quid's worth of parts. I've already taken the screws out. The base does have this nice weighted plate. It has good quality rubber feet on it. There's nothing wrong with build quality on this. It is quite nicely done, quite well built, and it is comfortable to use. However, the circuitry, that's not 300 quid worth of parts. That's just your basic microcontroller with a firmware version sticker. Even the buttons on this PCB, they're just your basic contact pads, cost £0. The most expensive part in here is the joystick module itself, which is probably worth 30 odd quid. So if you have to buy one of these, it means you've got an Axis CCTV system and need the guaranteed compatible branded controller. So you haven't got much choice. And they know it, and they charge accordingly. You are getting screwed if you buy one of these things retail.